morning, everyone, ladies and gents. Mr. Lesham is here, and this is really our last lesson on quadratic equations for now. Okay, so we're going to take everything we know, and actually the more easier bit, and we're going to use it in application. So we're going to have like what you call word problems, which are notoriously difficult. Okay, but if you break them down, then they're pretty easy. Okay. So we got given a rectangle. Okay, let's draw it. It's always good idea to draw as you do when you do problem. So we know that the perimeter of the rectangle is 28 centimeters. The area is 48. They want us to find the length and the width or whatever it is. So when you come across that, okay, that could be really difficult if you don't even know what to do. So the first thing, just draw it. Draw the picture. Okay. Later on, I'll do another example where you can draw a table. Okay, and then what are we trying to find? These two dimensions. If we don't know them, let's call them x and y. Okay, there's a question, I'll pause. Yeah. Okay, so we wrote that x and y. Okay. Now, using these variables, now let's look at the data, the information, and make equations. Okay, so what does that tell me? That the perimeter of the rectangle is 28. Okay. What can I do? What kind of equation I can do here? And in the test, we led you into this. But from now on in test, you're not going to be led. You have to figure out what to do. So what kind of equation I can do on x and y? Sorry? Perimeter is all around it. So in the perimeter, how many x's do I have? 2. I've got an x there and I've got another y there. So we're going to write 2x plus 2y equal 28. Okay? Yeah? Can you see that? Now, immediate simplification, I would say, and let's write it in blue. X plus y equal 14. I just divided it by 2. So far, so good? Okay? I'll pause. So that's my first equation. Now, I've got 2 variables. Is it enough just to have one equation? No, I need a second equation. Second equation, I look at the next information. Okay, the area is 48. Okay, what an equation I can write for x and y? What is equal to 28? How do I calculate area of a rectangle? X times y, length times width. Okay, so xy. Okay, so what do I have now? What kind of question is this in maths? In this chapter, what do we call that? Simultaneous equation. 2 variables. 2 equations. What did we say? One will always be linear. That means it's no x squared and all that stuff. And the other one is not linear because it's x times y. So what did we say? We take the linear equation and we express one in terms of the other. Let's say x. Okay, I'll take the number. X is equal to what?
Y minus 14.
14 minus y. Okay, we're minusing the y. Yes.
So why can't you say y minus 14?
Because that's not right algebra.
14 is positive.
If I want to take the y to the other side, I have to do minus y.
But so you did, okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Right. Now I'm going to use this expression for x, substitute it into the second equation. So the second equation, instead of x, I'm going to write 14 minus y. Time by y equal 28. Okay? Now, that is a quadratic equation. How do I know it's quadratic? Because y times y will give me y squared. What do I do? How do I solve such a thing when it's all jumbled up?
14y minus y.
I need to open it up. 14y minus y squared equal 28. What should we do now?
Bring the 28.
Okay, we need to bring everything to one side. Now, I want a y squared positive because then it's easy to factorize. Let's move it all in. Okay, so y squared minus 14y, because I had to move that to the other side, plus 28 equals 0. I'll pause for questions. Factorization, or what do you call it? Formula. I think factorization will be easy. Let's see. We might be wrong. Okay? 2 numbers multiply to 28, add up to 14.
7 and 4.
No, it doesn't work, eh?
I don't know if it's
No, you have to
formula.
use
So
the
I have to use the formula. Let's just pause it. Right, we found a mistake. Oopsie daisy, mistake. Okay? The area is 48. X times y should be 48, not 28. So that should be 48, 48, 48. And now we should be able to find that. That's y plus 8 and y plus, no, minus. Sorry, y minus 8, y minus 6. 6 times 8 is 48. Minus 8 minus 6 is minus 14. Okay? So we've got two solutions. And now, okay, this is what's difficult about word problems. Word problems, that's very much like physics. You've got some kind of situation which is all mathematical, just life, okay? And then you turn it into an equation, okay? So we went from life to an equation, we solve the maths, we get two solutions, okay? X equal 8, no, it's not x, it's y. Y equal 8 or y equals 6. Now we need to figure out what do these solutions mean. Maybe one of them needs to be cancelled. Not always, in this case it's not. But we need to see what they mean. So I found the y's. What do I else need to find?
X.
The x. Okay, so if y equal 8, x will be equal to, I use this equation. 40 minus 8, it will be 6. Okay? I substitute, instead of y, 8, I put x equal 14 minus 8 is 6. Yeah? Okay, now, or, okay, x equal, now if y equals 6, 14 minus 6 is 8. So I've got two solutions, okay, which now hopefully you'll see why we have two solutions. Either this is 6 and this is 8, that's one option, or this is 8 and this is 6, which kind of, anyway, what was the question? The question, what were the dimension? So really what you should do now, the dimension are 8 and 6. This is it, the dimensions, okay? So maybe we'll call it, which one is the length? Okay, this is a bit of a wordy thing. Which one is the length then?
8.
Is the long one, okay? So length equal 8, width equals 6. There's only really one answer. I'll pause here. The other kind of question which is more difficult is not the geometric one. The one we just had with rectangles, later on you'll see an example triangle. I think are pretty easy because you can draw them. But this is actually a question that was originally in the test and then we took it out. But it could be in the next test. So Mandy buys, I'll just read it. Mandy buys a certain number of t-shirts. The total price she paid for all the t-shirts is $2,250. We don't know how many she bought. That's what we're trying to find out, how many she actually bought. Okay? The total sale was $2,500. That's how much she made. Okay? But we also told that she didn't sell all the t-shirts. She sold all but 5. Okay? The sale price, I didn't write. So sale price per t-shirt was 100 more than the cost. Okay, we'll explain that in a second. So what I suggest you do here is write all the information in a table. So we bought a certain amount of t-shirts. We don't know how much it is. That's what we're trying to find it. So when you don't know what something is, just call it X. Okay? So we bought X t-shirts. Straight away, I can tell how many t-shirts did she sell. If she sold all but 5 t-shirts, then she sold X minus 5. We're starting to make a relationship. We don't know what X is. That's the number of t-shirts she bought. That's the number of t-shirts she sold. Okay. Now, total amount I was told. I know she bought all these t-shirts here with $2,250, and she sold all these X minus 5 t-shirts by $2,500. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the last piece of this data. They tell me that the sale price per t-shirt is 100 more than the cost. So what does that mean? Let's say I bought a t-shirt. Let's say a t-shirt cost me 50 Rand per t-shirt. Each t-shirt cost me 50 Rand to buy. How much did I sell it by?
150.
150. You said 50 plus 100, okay? Now, how would I calculate, by knowing these information, how would I calculate the total price, or the price per t-shirt? If X t-shirts cost 2,250, how much would each t-shirt cost?
X plus 250.
2,250. 20 t-shirts cost me 100 rand. 20 t-shirts cost me 100 rand. How much did each t-shirt cost?
100.
20 t-shirts.
20 t-shirts, 100 rand. Okay? Simon says what we do is 100 divided by 20, 5 rand. You're right. Okay, we just take the total amount of money that I spend on 20 t-shirts, divide by the number of t-shirts, I get 5 rand. So if I know that I spend that much money on these number of t-shirts, then the unit price, the price per t-shirt is 2,250 divided by X. I don't know what X is, so I don't know right now what's the unit price. Okay? Right. Let's do the same thing for here. How much did she sell each t-shirt? What was the sale price per t-shirt? Okay, well, we take the total amount of money she made, oops, that should be 2,500, and divide by the number of t-shirts she actually sold, which is X minus 5. So that's an expression for how much she paid per t-shirt. That's the amount she sold each t-shirt. What do I know about this one compared to that one? Like Buzwi said, we know this is is it 100 rand or more. So what kind of equation are we going to write? We're going to say, look, this is the price per t-shirt that she sold. That's the price per t-shirt that she bought. This is 100 rand larger than that. That means if I put plus 100, I can write down an equal sign. Heavy stuff. Let's put it out there for you to think about. Buzwe asked the question, how do we know? We don't know what X is and we want to find it. Well, what we did here, we just called it X. We don't know what it is. We found the unit price that she sold and she sell. Okay? We made an equation for X, and now all I got to do is solve for X. Okay? So I've got X in the denominator. That tells me I should really start with restriction, isn't it? Okay? X not equal to what? 5 or 0. It shouldn't really cost 0 because, you know, it should cost something. So that shouldn't hopefully be a problem. But definitely 5 we need to remember. Next thing what we got to do is we got to multiply it by X times X minus 5. Okay? The stuff in the denominator. So if I multiply that by this, the X minus 5 dies. Then I get 2,500X equal, the X dies here, I've got 2,250 X minus 5 plus 100 X times X minus 5. Okay, now I want you just to have a look at that. I'm going to move on to here because I ran out of space. I'll just pause you guys. Yeah, I got to say at this point, once you set up the equation, actually it's easy. Then hopefully you know what to do with that. The hard bit is to set up the equation, and for that you need to either draw a picture or make a table like we've done now. I'm going to just take that equation and open it. So I've got 2,500x equal, I'm opening this one, 2,250, guys, I need your help. 2,250 times 5, how much is that?
11,250.
11,000? Do you know what, I'm just thinking now.
So do you really have?
I should have already divided by like 50 or something like that. Let's do it later. Okay, Simon, please repeat again.
11,250.
11,250, okay. Plus 100, what is that? Is that multiplied?
So can you, why don't you start with the brackets? Eh?
Okay, 100. I'll open the brackets.
No, so by 100 here. By,
okay. What are you saying? Maybe I should take a factor out.
No, so
I think I should take a factor out.
I love how you did not take
Let's just carry on. Let's carry on.
Saying.
So 100x. Oh, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to open this bracket. So I'll keep 100 out, and I'll write x squared minus 5x.
Nice.
Okay? Alright? Now, at this point, I'm just going to pause, because what I wanted to do is, I already want to see if I can divide by 100.
but so,
Dang.
no, so
You know what? We're going to have a point here, but maybe we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
That's because the numbers are too big. You see, I'm going to divide everything by 100. Everything by 100. If I divide everything by 100, I'm basically taking 2 zeros. So this is going to be 25x. This is going to be, okay, I've got a decimal place, but don't worry, I'll figure out later. Okay? This is going to be, oh, this is another decimal place, is it?
Oh my. 2,500.
Yeah, maybe it's not the cleverest move. Plus x squared minus 5x. I divide by 100.
I don't know if that was the best.
Okay? Now, This is the only x squared. I'm hoping I'm not messing it around. X squared. I'm going to move that one down.
Okay.
Okay, alright. So, okay, I need your help on this one. 22 minus 5 minus 25 is minus 2.5, I think.
Yes.
Yeah? Minus 5, so it's going to be minus 7,5x. Yeah? I hope, yeah, you can put it in the calculator. 22 minus 5, minus 25, it's minus 7.5.
Yeah.
And then I've got still minus 112,5. Let me just, okay. What I would do now, that's equal to 0, obviously. I'll multiply everything by 2. Because then that will get rid of those decimal places. So I'm going to write 2x squared minus 15x minus 225 equal to 0. Let me check that I've got it right, and then we'll move on. Now we've got an equation here. I would suggest not using factorization. We've learned how to do factorization last year when we don't have a 1, but now we've got the formula. So I will just write x12 equal minus b, so that's 15 plus minus 15 squared, right? Or minus 15 squared, but that's the same, b squared, minus 4 times 2 times minus 225. If you divide all that, divide by 4, because it's 2 times 2. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to write straight away the solution. Okay, you can check it in your calculator. But I've got one solution, x equal 15. The other one, x equal minus 7,5. So I've got two of these solutions. That's obviously in rand. Now, like I told you before, we start with a physical problem. Then we set up an equation. Okay, we set up an equation. And then we solved it using how we know to solve quadratic equation. So I need to think, what do these solutions mean? First of all, I need to check them against the restriction. Do any of them are one of the naughty solutions? We said x cannot be equal to 5 or 0.
No.
So we don't have a problem there. Does that mean I have two prices?
Sir.
So it's not.
It's not supposed to be prices, it's supposed to be numbers of shirts.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Thank you, Jacques. Thank you, Jacques. X was not the price, X was the quantity of shirts. Okay, so, but the restriction still not a problem. Do we have two solutions for the number of shirts? Which one shall we cancel? I mean, first of all, I can't have half a shirt, and let alone I can't have a negative number of shirts.
You can give away the shirt.
Okay?
Exactly.
So she couldn't have bought minus 7.5. I gotta cancel that. That means the number of t-shirts is really 50.
I've seen someone.
Okay? I'm just gonna say goodbye here and then we'll carry on working class. Bye bye.